Imagine if there was a payment option that had the added convenience that money can be sent without knowing the exact details, like maybe using a QR code, a phone number, or an email address. I'd really like to see it get as simple as an order or an invoice number too. And that's not all. See, for faster payments, they'll make the funds available to the recipient almost immediately. As we have discussed, this is a great option for businesses managing cash flow and for consumers needing to make time-sensitive payments. All of this, well, it would assist during a pandemic, but it assists in normal times too. And all of it is done as fast as possible without having to go anywhere or touch anything when possible. That's just touching the possibilities of COVID contactless, cashless payments. But there are many other use cases for individuals. Consumers can benefit in so many ways from the flexibility and options that faster payments offer. There is that ability to complete last-minute or emergency payments. Yeah, emergency payments are a big deal. The emergency payments area is all defined by what you consider to be an emergency payment though. But we know with faster payments, consumers will have the ability to avoid late fees, to avoid the risk of account overdrafts, to help remove that anxiety and that worry in the circumstances that, well, are beyond their control of not being able to move money fast enough that could damage their credit score. And what about the gig economy? This is a new type of work that has appeared in the last couple of years. Things like rideshare drivers, or what I actually am starting to call gig gophers. Gig gophers? Well, gig gophers are the recent surge in grocery store food gophers and the app-based workers that are doing your shopping, picking up your dry cleaning, your supplies, and again, your food. They're going for and getting it for you and bringing it to your doorstep. Before COVID, these workers were all looking for the faster way to be paid at the end of each shift. And now, even more than ever, they want to be able to get paid immediately for the work they perform that day. That's the gig gophers. And like we have already said, having immediate access to funds means, among many other things, a person is less likely to have to rely on short-term and often costly financing like payday loans. But there are also so many other types of payments. In the current economy, where many have been out of work, getting paid at the end of a shift, avoiding those payday loans, and still being able to pay rent or a mortgage by the due date, and with confidence that the payment will make it by the deadline, it's critical, it's needed, it's necessary. And what if you're, well, out and about, safely of course. Let's say you want to buy something at a roadside like vegetable stand or at a flea market without swiping a card or touching a pay pad. And what if I'm that business owner accepting that payment? Because it isn't just consumers that will benefit, businesses will too. Businesses can benefit from improved real-time money management and cash flow by using faster payments. And companies are also less likely to deal with returns and adjustments due to payment reversals caused by insufficient funds. That doesn't happen with a push credit transfer. It's hard to have those insufficient funds with these faster payments because, again, they are credit pushes. As you recall from one of our earlier classes, that is, they require the payer to have the money in their account before the payer can make the payment. And those payments are final. That is, the payee is assured of receiving the funds. Do I need to give some more specific examples? You want them? Here you go. What about small businesses that accept faster payments? They can receive the funds from sales immediately. This means increasing cash on hand and potentially reducing the need for costly business loans. And as a merchant selling a product, think, how great would it be to receive an immediate, final, irrevocable payment for your product before it leaves your shop? For your product before it leaves your site? For your product before you might not be able to ever get it back? And what if you are a contractor in need of supplies? Well, as that type of business, you can more quickly obtain needed materials by instantly paying suppliers that require payment in advance of shipment. What if you're a utility company needing to collect a payment before turning off the water or electricity? Well, as that utility company, you could send those customers what we call a request for payment when they become available and receive the funds immediately once the customer has authorized that payment. Because the payment is made in response to the request for payment, that means that the payment can also be linked to the original request. And account reconciliation, it can be automated. Do you realize that this means significant savings from reduced manual processing? That this also means improved customer experience and the enabling of faster posting of the payment, all while keeping the consumer's lights and water on. Oh, and for financial institutions? Well, for financial institutions, the benefits are by offering faster payments, they're going to stay competitive. By better serving their account holders, their individual and business customers. Let's face it, account holders of every type are increasingly wanting more advanced digital banking services. And I hate to say it, but if you will not offer it to them, someone else will. Plus, offering an integrated faster payment option, it gives customers a more comprehensive set of services, and it might even help to attract new customers and grow more business for your institution. Now, this next one is twofold, as I hear some of my colleagues say financial institutions may be able to shift customers away from check and cash payment offerings, which tend to be manual, time-consuming, and can be more expensive to support. But, as I've said before, I believe there's a place for every payment and that every payment has its place. Will there be a place where these older payment channels and methods are replaced? Yes, actually there will be. Most certainly it's going to happen. It has happened over time since payments first started, and it will continue to happen. But I also believe that some of our older payment channels, they're going to stay strongly in place, and that faster payments will be useful in new ways, like what we are seeing in the gig economy, things that have popped up in recent years. And they may solve for some older problems, like the payday loan sharking that used to take place. And also that faster payments will find other problems to solve we haven't realized yet. But some of those older payment systems, they're going to stay there doing what they do and do well. There are so many opportunities for financial institutions. I truly believe they are going to see and discover ways to create value for their customers through instant payments, if not through other faster payment capabilities. And all of these can drive revenue and customer retention, as well as reduce cost. Let's go ahead and call this the RR&R, Revenue, Retention, and Reduction. So what do you think about FedNow and the possibilities of what it could fill? Well, now, but also in the future? Guess what? There's still more to come, and I'll see you in the next class. Class dismissed. If you want to make sure you don't miss any of our future videos, then please check out our YouTube channel for Payments Professor. And while you're there, make sure you subscribe. You can also head over to paymentsprofessor.com, where we have full courses like one on FedNow, broken up in short videos like this one on FedNow to help professionals like you succeed in the world of electronic payments. We have other courses besides FedNow. We greatly appreciate your support, and if there is a video or maybe a topic that you would like to have addressed, then you can leave a comment on YouTube, you can send me a message on LinkedIn, or you can always email me, kevin@paymentsprofessor.com. We create exceptional education that is entertaining, engaging, and fun. I'll see you in the next class. Class dismissed.